Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play the entirety of this video, and then I'll go back and talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that were done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
Hello, I'm Bernalillo County Sheriff Manuel Gonzalez III. This critical incident update concerns a deputy-involved shooting in Albuquerque, New Mexico on November 26, 2021. On November 26th at 2 p.m., field deputies in our North Area Command responded to a call at the Valero gas station on Edith Boulevard and Montano Road Northeast when a motor vehicle crash occurred at the intersection. A deputy observed the crash and followed the red SUV that fled the area. The deputy stopped behind the vehicle after the driver crashed into a fence at the intersection of Edith Boulevard and Aconda Road Northeast. The suspect exited the vehicle with a firearm and fled on foot. The deputy exited his patrol unit and gave commands for the suspect to stop and drop his gun. The suspect ignored the deputy's commands and ran eastbound on Aconda Road, armed with what appeared to be a rifle. An additional deputy arrived on the scene and followed the suspect, eastbound on Aconda Road, in his patrol unit. As the deputy approached, the suspect turned around and began running westbound. The deputy exited his patrol car and gave commands for the suspect to stop and drop the gun. The suspect again refused to comply and ran towards additional responding deputies with the firearm still in his hand. At that time, the deputy-involved shooting occurred. One deputy fired one round, striking the suspect. After deputies performed life-saving measures, he was transported to the hospital and later pronounced deceased. The suspect has been identified as Elijah Riche, an 18-year-old male and resident of Albuquerque, New Mexico. We will now share audio recordings from the incident, followed by body-worn footage.
Bernalillo County 911, what's the address of the...
APD with a transfer. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hi, we were in a car accident. Some guy just hit us head on, hit multiple cars on Edith and Montano.
Okay.
And a sheriff's officer took off following him, but I think we need some attention over here.
Okay. How many vehicles are involved?
I don't even know. There looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe.
Okay. And so the deputies went following the person that left?
Yes. Because he was backing up and he hit us. He hit multiple cars, and then I could see it in his face. He kept trying to move the car, but he looked pretty high or something.
What kind of vehicle was he in?
He looked like a red Subaru, maybe, Outback. I think the cop got him. Look, there goes another cop.
Which way did he go?
He went. Okay, let me see what direction are we sitting. We are headed north. He was headed south on Edith. It looks like two sheriffs just went.
Thomas is 10-4. He was then on his way. He wouldn't show me 10-8. 270, you 10-4 over there?
Oh, 10-4, head this way.
Is that 353-133?
3537. 133, Paradise in Davenport.
We're going to route to Edith at Montano for a 45 hit run.
My gun, police, shots fired. We're at 5154 Edith, hardest units code 3. We've got one subject still armed on the ground. We need 4355 to stand by. Another subject in a silver SUV also armed with a 1080.
Pistol units right that way. The Senate Jack.
So what's the tornado?
5154 Edith.
357, so you can go ahead and add him to that call as well. 284, some traffic. 360, so we need 4355 in our code. We've got one male down with a gunshot. It seems secure.
10-4. Are there any outstanding?
We had one other witness in a silver SUV that was armed. I'll try and track them down. At this point, I don't believe we have anyone outstanding.
He's gone! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
270, 10-4 over there.
No, 10-4, head this way. Put the gun down! Put it down now! Put it down! Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Stop right there! 101 SO, shots fired. Turn around! Turn around now! Turn around! Show me your hands right now! Show me your hands right now! Hey, I need help over here, you guys!
Keep your hands where we can see.
Keep your hands where we can see them, man!
Please help me, guys. I made a bad decision.
Stop right there, or you're gonna be shot again!
Don't move. Don't reach for anything.
Don't reach for that gun! Do not reach for that gun!
You guys go hands on. I've got one gun.
During the investigation, 5 firearms were recovered from the scene. Due to the age of the suspect, it was illegal for him to be in possession of 4 out of the 5 firearms. When we have a deputy-involved shooting, multiple investigations begin immediately. This incident is being investigated by the Multi-Agency Task Force Shoot Team. This is an active and ongoing investigation. Like all deputy-involved shootings, the District Attorney's Office will assign a special prosecutor to review the case. Additionally, our office will remain neutral throughout the investigation and internally review and evaluate the actions of our deputies within our standard operating procedures. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
All right, let's get into it. Well, he can't drive for shit. That's obvious. I like how they do this Google Earth transition into the body cam. Like, that's pretty cool. I like that.
He's gone!
That's pretty smooth.
Get on the Ground! Get on the ground!
270, 10-4 over there.
No, 10-4, head this way.
Now, I'm not immediately sure why he doesn't do anything past this point. He just kind of points out the dude to the other officer, and the other officer decides to go and do work. Now, you could say that the reason why he stayed behind is because, he didn't know if there was someone else in the vehicle or not. However, I would argue that I don't even think that he was thinking about that, because he does not appear to point his gun at the vehicle or do anything that indicates to me that he's concerned about people being in that vehicle.
No, 10-4, head this way.
Dude's got the gun in his hand. Personally, in my opinion, at this point, he could have cut the wheel and just ran this dude over. How he's so close to the wall. Best case scenario is you just ram his ass and pin him into the wall. That, I think, would have been the best choice to do. This guy's got this gun. He could start shooting at this point. Yeah, this guy's a deadly threat the minute he's turned and is now pointing towards him. I think this officer would have been completely justified in running his ass over.
Put the gun down! Put it down now! Put it down! Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
So he's running towards the other deputies with this gun.
Put the gun!
And he takes action to protect these other deputies.
Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Down! Put it down! Put the gun down! Down! Put the gun down!
It sounds like he responds back to him with no.
Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
Notice the officer stops moving, gets a more stable firing stance, and then takes the shot.
Put the gun down!
He is a decent distance away from this guy, so he makes a really good shot with pistol. Typically engagements are not that far away with pistols. It's hard to say the exact distance that this guy is, but he's not close, I can tell you that.
Put the gun down! Stop right there!
I got it!
101 SO, shots fired.
Bro, bleeding everywhere! I'm bleeding everywhere!
Turn around! Turn around now! Turn around! Show me your hands right now!
My blood is pouring out my chest!
Your hands right now!
My blood is pouring out my chest!
I can't hear if he's saying blood is pouring out of his chest or blood is pouring out of his neck.
Show me your hands right now!
Now, what do we see here? We see two police cars. So there's two officers and then this guy. The potential for crossfire is high. So in this scenario, what they should have done is one, recognize the fact that there's crossfire, and then two, do something to fix it. And doing something to fix it, I think, would be all of them moving to one side, whether it be this way or that way, whichever, and then have their lines of fire pointed at this guy so that there's a decreased chance of any rounds ricocheting and coming back at them. So let's say these guys downrange would have decided to get all the way over here, and then this officer here would have decided to get closer here to the wall. The lines of fire for these guys would be from here to there, and if they missed, bullets are going this way. And then for this guy, his line of fire would be from, let's say, here to there. And if he would have missed, bullets go that way. Right now, the way they're positioned is, like potential for crossfire is up there. So the easiest fix is everyone move to one side and minimize that crossfire.
Hey, I need help over here, you guys.
Keep your hands where we can see.
Keep your hands where we can see him, man.
Please help me, guys. I made a bad decision.
Stop right there, or you're gonna be shot again.
Don't move. Don't reach for anything.
Don't reach for that gun. Do not reach for that gun.
You guys go hands on. I've got one gun.
During the investigation,
And that's it. We don't see anything else. I assume, of course, that they probably put handcuffs on this guy and then started to render medical aid or get medical aid started on the way. I don't know because they cut the video short and we have no idea what's going on. These are the weapons that he had. So he says that due to his age, he was only legally able to possess one of them. And I'm going to assume that it's this shotgun right here because it just seems like a regular, quote unquote, plain Jane shotgun. This right here is an AR pistol. This, of course, is an AR pistol. And then these two are pistols. So I think they said his age. I'm not sure, but I think he's obviously under 21. So he's got some interesting quote unquote artwork going on with this magazine. He's putting some stupid sticker on there. And then he's got some kind of sticker on the pistol itself right there. As far as this thing goes, I mean, who knows what kind of red dot sight that is? I don't really know. But AR pistols are very popular right now, not just within the regular gun community, regular gun guys, but also with the criminal elements. One, and it really has nothing to do with concealability or anything like that. It's largely based off the people who they idolize and what those people are seen with. And this young, generation, he's a young guy. I highly, seriously doubt that he listens to classical music or listens to country music. He very most likely listens to rap music. And within the rap music culture, the Choppas, as they like to call them, or the Dracos, which none of these would be a Draco, but a Draco would be an AK pistol. These are very popular things within that community. You'll often see in music videos people holding these AR pistols or the AK pistols in the music videos, and they're a popular item. Think about how Glock became very popular. You go back to the 90s and you listen to rap music, you'll hear people talking about Glock pistols. you'll see music videos, people holding Glock pistols. Well, as technology, of course, improved and things got better, we started seeing AR pistols come about. And because those became popular, more quote unquote mainstream, well, of course, people within the rap culture started getting wind of these things and was including them in their music videos. Aside from that, these things are being stolen from the streets. Law-abiding citizens will buy these things, or they will build them, and they'll keep them in their car. And you can't fit this damn thing in a glove box and lock it. You can't fit this damn thing in a center console and lock it. They're being left in back seats, under seats, stuff like that, and people are breaking into cars and stealing these damn things. Or they're breaking into homes where people are at work, they're somewhere other than home, and they've got a gun laying out in the open, and they're easily stolen. Um, Obviously, due to his age and him not being able to be in possession of these, it's not likely at all that he went to a gun store and legally purchased these. So he got these illegally. Either he stole them, or he bought them from someone who had stolen them, or he bought them from someone who legally purchased them. Or, he could have done what, the anti-gun crowd loves to call gun show loophole. He could have, and if this state allows it, I don't know. I don't know anything about this state's laws, but he could have also done a private transaction with another private person. And there's no laws against, a private person selling a gun to him, because they obviously don't have to follow those FFL regulations or anything like that. But anyway, AR pistols are very popular with street people, and it's just a growing trend. And because it's a growing trend, I unfortunately foresee the possibility of drastic knee-jerk reaction changes to gun laws. I can very well easily see laws being changed, amended, whatever, that will make AR pistols illegal and make AK pistols illegal. It's hard to say, when it would happen, but I think the chances of it can be pretty high, especially the more these you see out and about. And as I said, it has nothing to do with technical specs or anything on why they want to carry these things. It just really boils down to the fact that when they watch their favorite rappers and rap videos, they see them holding these damn things. Now, are they concealable? Yes, they are. So, for example, this could very easily fit in this backpack. And yeah, you can carry a larger weapon like this in a backpack, be in a public area, and no one notice it, right? So that is a pro to that. Now, ballistics wise, there's these dudes don't know shit about ballistics. Like they really don't. Like they're fucking stupid. So they don't know anything about 10-inch barrels and the ballistics and twist rates and penetration. They don't know any of that shit. Obviously, this is going to be a 5.56 variant. This is a pistol cartridge AR style weapon. So this gun fires the same cartridges as this gun right here fires. And all the gun people they're probably watching me and hearing me saying duh, but I have to assume that there's people watching this video who are not gun people and would not understand. This small magazine carries pistol caliber ammunition in it, and although I can't tell you for sure which pistol caliber it is, it would be the same that could be fired out of this pistol. So basically all you have right here is a way oversized version of this. It's just freaking huge. And you're not gaining any ballistic advantage or anything like that when it comes to using something like this. The only thing you can gain from this kind of system right here is a little bit more accuracy, because you now have more points of contact. You have a stock going into your shoulder, your cheek going into this rest right here, one hand here, and then one hand there. So that's 4 points of contact on that weapon, making it more stabilized and less movement within the system. Less movement means more accuracy. With a pistol, two hands, you get 2 points of contact on this gun. That's it. And with the short barrel, you're not getting a whole lot of accuracy. And for those who don't know, the barrel, of course, you see the barrel sticking right here, and boom, the magazine's right there. So, I mean, this, it's hard to say because there's not a ruler laying out or anything, but barrel wise, this is probably not much longer than this. You know, this would be, if the equivalent of this, maybe the barrel would stick out to about maybe there, possibly. So this thing's not gaining, any barrel length or anything like that, or having a huge advantage with its, a little bit longer barrel length than this. It's negligible in my opinion. The only advantage you get out of this, like I said, is the 4 points of contact and being more accurate. It fires the same cartridges as these things do. This right here, 5.56, is just, it is what it is. It's damaging. Rifle rounds, no matter what, are always going to be more damaging than pistol calibers. Now, as far as what he has in it, no idea. A lot of these people, they play Call of Duty and stuff like that, and they're fascinated by green tips. They think, green tips are the end all be all around for an AR. So you'll hear them talk about green tips a lot. They don't really understand the nuances of it. They think green tips is going to go through a fucking battle tank or something. They just, they hear green tips or armor piercing, and they just think it's going to go through all armor. They're really clueless about any technicalities or anything like that. They're basically just making their decisions based off people they see on TV or video games or shit like that. So, of the most damaging weapon here, as far as these photographs are, is this one, the AR pistol. The rifle cartridges are they're devastating. And that's why we'll always say, if you know you're going to a gunfight, bring a rifle. The second most damaging thing, of course, would be the shotgun. And, you could even argue this. Heck, I might even say that this shotgun could be more lethal than this thing, because you got a longer barrel on it. You get a good tight spread on some double lock, or even fire slug. The only downside is round capacity in this thing. 6, 7 in the tube, whereas you got 30 in the mag right there. But you put this in the right hands, this thing will be deadlier than this thing up here. We see that he has some attachments on his pistol. So another thing that these street people become fascinated with is what they call beams, laser beams. So I can tell that this one right here is a laser beam attachment, and I'm pretty confident that this one is too. And again, this just goes back to aesthetics. They like the look of it. They think it gives them some kind of gain. And a lot of them are actually pretty stupid and don't understand that you have to dial the thing in and get it dialed in to be more accurate. So I've actually had a conversation with a person before who talked about having beams on their gun. And when I asked them, where'd they go to zero it in, they looked at me like I was talking to them in a foreign language, and I was like, I had to explain zero in, like, you take it to the range and shoot a target, and you turn the adjustments on there. They had no idea what I was talking about, not a clue. And it kind of hit me. I'm like, I wonder how many people out there will buy these things and just slap them on the gun and never zero the damn things in, and think just because they put it on there and the beam's coming out that, wherever the beam goes is where the bullet's going to go. I don't know what that number is. I can only imagine that it's still a decent sized number of dummies out there who just put these things on there and think that just because they put it on there, it's going to be super accurate. But they are really fascinated by the laser beams, and they just stick those on there and rock with them. Now I've talked about this before, with AR pistols being an emerging trend and AK pistols being an emerging trend. I foresee within the next decade a huge sort of paradigm shift in how law enforcement utilizes body armor. So right now, the majority of the country utilizes body armor to the level of 3A, and that's basically just things that cover pistols. A gun like this with the 5.56, that 5.56 is going to go right through it. And I see some agencies across the nation where the officers are using plate carriers as their normal sort of uniform. And of course, in those places, that's going to work in stopping rifle cartridges. But for the most part, a lot of places are just using soft armor. And the company called Safe Life Defense, they have a product out there called the FRAS, FRAS, Flexible Rifle Armor System. I see that becoming more of the norm, so to speak. I foresee other companies sort of creating a product that's very similar to that is capable of stopping rifle rounds, and that being implemented all across the board, all across the nation, because soft armor is not going to stop this. And you have so many agencies out there that have not made that transition to outer vests, and they have no desire to go to outer vests. And it would only make sense that some of the big armor companies start producing flexible, concealable armor that can stop rifle cartridges. So I'm willing to bet that in the next 10 years, we're going to see a huge change in how law enforcement has body armor. That's it. That's about all I got to talk about this. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.